However, it's after we learn that Obito is alive and has been behind so much of the terrible misdeeds and misfortune that have befallen Naruto and the greater Naruto world that starts setting the stage for Obito's death. Here we had a guy who was written as somewhat of a parallel to Naruto, basically showing us that this is what would have happened had Naruto gone the wrong way theoretically, and we saw Obito purposely trying to break Naruto constantly throughout their battle in the Fourth Ninja War, as if to prove to himself that the outcome that he experienced was the only possible outcome for someone like he and Naruto. We learned that Obito was the one who was basically responsible for Naruto growing up an orphan, and that gets even more heartbreaking when you go into the Ninja Escapades OVA that the Naruto series creator Masashi Kishimoto wrote, where Kushina in her section of the OVA basically alludes to her and Minato viewing Obito like a son, and she flat out says she wants their unborn child to grow up with a kind, joyful, unwavering spirit like Obito's. It makes that moment in chapter 502 in Naruto where Obito takes Kushina and basically sentences her to death on the day of her child's death, the very child that she wanted to be like Obito, by extracting the 9 tails from her body. And fast forward 17 years later, and Naruto's using that very same power to beat back Obito and eventually defeat him. And to add to the poetry in that moment, Minato even says that Naruto pretty much gave him a talking to that reminded him of something that Kushina would have said, almost as if for Kishimoto to say that Kushina was coming from beyond the grave to scold Obito for his actions, talking sense into him that Rin would have hated the current version of Obito who was standing before him, which that ends up setting the stage for Obito's redemption in a major way. It all leads us to that moment where Obito, after getting brought back from what he literally tells us is death in Naruto Volume 71, when he's brought back by Naruto in the Ice Dimension, Obito ends up giving his life to protect the very child who he damn near ruined, depending on if you don't want to spin it by saying Obito putting Naruto through all of that basically produced the pressure that turned Naruto into a diamond, which as an Obito fan, I will always argue that point until I'm blue in the face. Obito's death shows us that no matter how far we've fallen, no matter how much wrong we've done, it's never too late to stop walking down that wrong path, make amends, and take responsibility for all of your actions.